You can edit most of the settings for the stock game at any time by coming to the Edit Portfolio Simulation Rules page. So it's available here under My Sessions from Administration, and it's also available from your admin dashboard under My Sessions. Just click Edit Challenge. From this page, there are some overall settings that you can change for your class. For example, the name of your class, the description, and whether it's public or private. So if you need to make any of these changes, this will apply whether or not you have the stock game enabled in your class. So if you make it private, there's a password that you'll have to share with your students, and that's just an extra layer of security to make sure that the right students are getting into your class. Below here, we have the registration date. So this is when your students can register to your class, whereas during this period is when students can trade in the stock market, while it's open, of course, for the US market. You can change your time zone, and if you like, you can adjust your weekly deposits. So if you only want to have weekly deposits for a portion of your class, you can set the amount here and update, and if you want to go back down to 0, you can change that here. And just keep in mind that the weekly deposits are distributed into your student accounts so that they're there waiting for them for Monday morning. You can turn on or off short selling or day trading at any time, of course, and if you want to appear in the rankings as well. Requiring trade notes is a great feature if you want your students to be logging their progress and the decisions they make as they invest their money. It's very great for the end of semester projects that they might put together so they have a record of what they did. If your students are buying a lot of risky assets, you can increase the minimum stock price for buying or shorting if you have that enabled. If you make all portfolios public, that means that students can see what is being held in everyone else's portfolio. So potentially you want to keep that off just to encourage students to make their own choices. On the platform, we do have a forum. So if students are leaving a lot of disrespectful or inappropriate remarks or questions, you can always turn that off. The badges are accumulated on the platform for your students based on the actions they make. So when they complete lessons or take certain actions in the games. So you probably want to keep that on just to allow them to have a record of what they've accomplished. And if you didn't turn on certificates when you were first making your class, you can turn that on. So what that'll mean is if you've included the Investing 101 lessons, your students will be eligible to get that certificate at the end. And the financial literacy certificate is a bundle of personal finance and investing lessons that we also have available. So you'll probably want to turn that on as well if you are including lessons in your course. Down here under security types, you can include all of them or a selection. Again, if you want to include them later, you can also make those adjustments. You can set the commission and the diversification and position limit. So if you want the position limit to be lower so that your students can only invest up to 25% of their portfolio, this is where you would change that. Down here we have the exchanges. So right now they're all turned on, but of course you can turn any of them off if you want to restrict it in some way. And under customize exchanges is where you can add the blacklisted or whitelisted stocks. So whitelisted would be a select list of companies that students can invest in. So you would just put in the name here of what you want it to look like as the exchanged names. You can call anything you want. You know, for example, if you're just including specific ETFs from a certain sector, and then you'd actually put the ticker symbols here separated by a comma. And then down here is the same idea, but the blacklisted stocks. So these specific ticker symbols will be removed from the exchange so students are not able to invest in them. After making whatever changes you'd like, just click the update button to make sure that they go live. A couple key trading settings that you're not able to change yourself are one, the initial cash. or if you've enabled margin trading and you want to turn it off, or you didn't turn it on and you would like to have it included, those two pieces, you will need to contact your account manager or someone from the support team. So you can just use this chat box here if some of those settings you'd like to change. Another one that you might encounter is if the end date has already passed for your class and you want it to be reopened, you will need to contact a member of our team to reopen the class for you.